You're tuned into the Black Nation of Israel. As you all know, as I've stated before, on this channel, I discuss world news in the light of the scriptures and how it relates to us Israelites in this world, the Negroes of the tribe of the real and true biblical Negroes from the tribe of Judah. Other people have discussed, and in this video I will be discussing Joe Biden. You know, other people have made videos about Joe Biden. And I'm going to be talking about Joe Biden as well, about how he played a major role in the mass incarceration of Negroes going to prison in the 90s. He played a major role in the mass incarceration of Negroes in the 90s by passing a bill called, and he wrote this bill called the Violent Crime Control and Law Enforcement Act. It was known as the 1994 crime law. This bill played a major role in sending black men to prison. And he enforced it. He played a major role in enforcing this because he wrote it. You see. And this played a major part in the mass incarceration of Negroes going to prison. Now, during this time, something else was going on. A lot of people have forgotten, including our people, have forgotten about this. This was the era of the crack epidemic, the crack cocaine epidemic, all throughout the 90s. 90s was the decade of the crack epidemic. And who put crack cocaine in black neighborhoods? It was the government through the CIA. And Bill Clinton and George Bush Sr., not the son, but George Bush Sr. played a major role in putting crack cocaine in black neighborhoods, destroying black families, breaking up the black family home structure. You see. Turning the woman, it was a lot of black women got on crack. Black adults, men, women, and children, including youths, teenagers, was hooked on crack during this time. You had grown black men and black youths selling drugs, selling cocaine on the corners, on street corners, and in apartment complexes. The Negroes was not behind putting crack cocaine in neighborhoods. It was the government through the CIA working through, and it was Bill Clinton and George Bush Sr. You see, they counted on us to forget about this. You see. And then now, and now back to Joe Biden. He played a major role, like I said earlier. He played a major role in sending black men to prison with this crime bill, 1994 crime law bill, you see. And also, one more other thing about Joe Biden. In 1988, no, I think it was in 1986, he helped with the Anti-Drug Abuse Act of 1986. The Anti-Drug Abuse Act. He was involved in the Anti-Drug Abuse Act of 1986. This act put more. This was about powder cocaine and crack cocaine, and it gave more time for crack people that was hooked on crack and crack related offenses. They got more time than people with powder cocaine. The people with had crack cocaine got more time than powder cocaine because of this act right here, the Anti-Drug Abuse Act. It gave less time for people that got caught with powder cocaine. So, in other words, this bill was racially biased toward Negroes. It gave less time for white people, for pale-faced people, because pale-faced people were snorting crack, powder cocaine. They got less time. And this bill, the Anti-Drug Abuse Act, gave harsher, longer sentences for crack cocaine. And he was a part of that bill too. He helped write it. Joe Biden. You see. Now about the 1994 crime law, Joe Biden's excuse, he said it didn't contribute to a major mass incarceration of Negroes going to prison. He said it restored American cities. He said it restored American cities. You see, that's his poor excuse. He's talking about his people, his cities, his people in his own American cities. He wasn't concerned about Negroes, you see, going to prison. That's a poor excuse, you see. So we shouldn't even be voting for Joe Biden at all. We should not, Negroes should not vote. Not one black Negro should not vote for Joe Biden at all, you know. Now I want to discuss the scriptures here. You all remember that phrase, "We shall overcome," when we was marching, when our people was marching in the 60s, "We shall overcome." Okay. This phrase proves that we are the Israelites. The Negroes are the Israelites from the tribe of Judah. "We shall overcome" is biblical Israelite terminology. Let us turn to the book of Revelation, chapter 12, verse 11. And I'm going to end it with this scripture here. It reads, it says, "And they overcame him." That word overcame is in the scriptures. When our people were saying, "We shall overcome," the book say we win in the end. The end of the book, the last book of Revelation say we win. And here it is, Revelation 12 and 11. "And they overcame him," the beast, this beast system by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto the death. You see, the Lamb is our Messiah, Christ. He looked just like us. Dark skin hue with woolly hair, with black woolly hair. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony. The word of the testimony is when we speak the truth and give out information. When we speak, we overcome him by the word of our testimony. And they love not their lives unto the death. The truth come first, and the Messiah, Christ, come first. Not ourselves, but the truth of who we are and what we've been through. And Christ, the Messiah, our high priest, who lives forever and ever. You see, this is how we overcome. Through the truth and through the scriptures of the testimony of our Messiah, who will defeat our enemies in the coming last of the last days. When we were saying we shall overcome, we should have been saying we shall overcome this beast system. See, that's what we should have been saying, because it's in our book. It's in our book that belongs to us. The Gentiles has the scriptures in their possession, but it belongs to us. And our books say we win. We win in the end, you see. It looks like they winning, but we win in the end. Peace.